Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Dr. Cush, boom! What are we doing tonight? Hey, we got theories, baby. We got theories all day. I know that it says on the little thing, last words. We're only making one cocktail. We're gonna make a last word tonight, but we are going to examine why this thing works. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It's a daisy. Why is there so much liqueur in there? I don't know, but it does. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about all the variations of the last words, and then we're gonna get into creation. You guys finding ways to make your own last words work. Now, one second, there's a lot. It seems like it's a little choppy, right? Let's shut down a few other things. Boop. What else can we shut down? That's good. That's good. Need that. Yeah, gotta have that. All right. Well, a little choppy. Hopefully we ease into it. Okay. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna be making a last word. We're gonna be examining other versions of last words. We're going to figure out why, oh why, would this very syrupy, very liqueur forward cocktail be the place that bartenders find themselves when they begin to create. I don't get it, but a lot of the big, huge cocktails that have been created over the past many years, since the 2000s, have all been a version of the last word. Why is that? I don't have an answer. But we're going to theorize. Oh, it looks good here. Good. Oh, so that's the show. That's what show is. We're in pre-show, so we're doing fine so far. Let me tell you guys a little bit about what's going to be happening for a while. We have a while. I have a plan for a little bit of this time. Good news. Medium news. We have good news and we have medium news. We have good news. Good news is that Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks will be doing a seminar at Tiki Oasis. That is going to be in August. I know some of you are planning on being there. We will have meetups. We'll do the show live from there. We'll do the whole thing from there. Now, this has been kind of a roller coaster these past couple days. I'm going to tell you about it. I submitted a seminar to Tiki Oasis, and it was a seminar that I was excited about. I thought it was going to be a lot of fun, but it's not. It was, how do I put this in the nicest way possible? It was kind of wimpy. It had a touch of wimp to it. It was called If You Were a Tiki Drink. And the idea was we were going to go through the history of great tiki bartenders. We were going to make some of their signature cocktails and then get into signature cocktail creation. That way, when everybody left, they would have their own signature cocktail. I think that's a fun idea. It's not, not normally something that would get me out of bed. I was excited about it, but I always had a second one ready to go. One that was a little bit more up my alley, something that's a little bit deeper into theory. It's a little deeper into technique, but I thought maybe this is a little too much for Tiki Oasis, and it may have been until it turns out there is another person that is going to be at Tiki Oasis doing a signature cocktail thing. Now, I'm sure that theirs is going to be amazing. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. But because I got the opportunity to pitch my more exciting idea, I did it. So I just got word of what my seminar is going to be about at Tiki Oasis, and I will tell you the name of it. It is called Tiki on Acid. So we are going to be getting deep into acids. We are going to be talking about, reacidifying juices. We're going to be getting into homemade acids. We're going to be getting into lacto fermentation. We're going to be getting into vinegars. We're going to be getting into all kinds of interesting ways to make a tiki cocktail that has nothing to do with lime juice. So that is our deal. So this is going to be the summer of acid here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. So get ready for the summer of acid. We are going to be tripping right on through this. There will be new techniques. There will be all kinds of new instrumentations. There will be new words. We're going to talk about lactic acid. We're going to talk about malic acid. We're going to be talking about tartaric acid. We are going to be getting deep into the acids this summer so that we can all learn about it. And then we're going to have a big seminar at Tiki Oasis. Here's what the bad news is. Yes, but please be advised that the brown acid that is in circulation is not specifically around us, is specifically not too good. So yeah, we'll stay away from brown acid. The medium news. It's not bad news, it's medium news. Because, and this is my theory on this, I don't know if this is it, I had some indication, because we were able, the Cushies were able to assemble. They saw that. They saw us as we all assembled in Casa de Bonbon. They think, this guy travels deep. We don't need to put him on a Friday or Saturday. We're going to put him on Sunday. So it is a Sunday seminar, which is not the most popular day to do this stuff, but that does give us all weekend to get as many people as we can to show up to this thing. I'm sorry, it is Sunday, Lulu. Listen, we tried. It is going to be a Sunday seminar, but I promise we're going to make this big. We're going to make this fun. It's going to be huge. Yes, church, and then acid. Yes, I doubled my sales on the last Sunday. Yes, so that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be trying to get out there with a name like Tiki on Acid at Psychedelic Tiki Oasis. I think we should be good. For those of you that cannot make it, we are going to be live streaming it. Again, we're going to be doing it. We're going to be live streaming it the correct way this time. This will also, and this has nothing to do with you guys, this will also be the summer of Dr. Cush figuring out how to do a road show. So I'm going to try and do as many road shows as I can, whether they're in lieu of other shows or whether they are brand new shows. We'll pop in on a Wednesday when I'm somewhere where I shouldn't be. We'll do shows so that we can get the technology exactly right so that those of you that can't make it out to San Diego this year will be able to still be part of this whole thing. So yes, it is a Sunday situation, not my choice, but I do think that it also offers us a lot of opportunities. Plus, we're getting to do the really fun version of the class. So we are going to be getting very deep into pH. So I hope that's exciting for you guys. It's very exciting for me. I've been talking to Baby Doe all day today, getting all the stuff going. So that is what I have for you guys in the announcements front. So hope to see as many of you as I can out at Tiki Oasis. It's in August, but that means that we have a whole summer of acid ahead of us. So get ready for Dr. Cush on acid doing this show. Let me say hello to the people. Good evening, Shawnee Panabaker. If you don't show up to the pre-show happy hour, the pre-show happy hour with Shawnee Panabaker, you're missing out. You get to hang out with Shawnee Panabaker. And, it's a rare thing. Not everybody gets to hang out with Shawnee Panabaker. So pop on in, say hello. That we opened the doors to that. I try and do it by at least 5 p.m. Pacific time. Today, I think I did it at 2:30 Pacific time. So lots of time for a happy hour before that. Pop in, say hi. Tiki Bonbon, yippee, favorite drink, and on a Monday. Yeah, we used to do, Mondays used to be absolute classic cocktails when we used to do 5 shows a week. Almost killed me. But now when we do a show on Monday, we try and do classics. And this is certainly a classic. The Last Word and all of its brethren that we'll be talking about today. Papo Mau Mau is here. Papo Mau Mau, hopefully, my style secretary will be at this thing looking good. So I'm hoping for, hopefully, more importantly, Tiki Miki will be there. We can take or leave Papo Mau Mau, but, Tiki, Amiki, we got to have her there. Chuck is here. Good to see you there, Chuck. Had a cocktail, feeling pretty good. Aloha to you, the Hearn. The Hearn. Let's see. DC Debbie Clark. This is happening to you. I'm mowing the lawn and a car pulls up and talks to you. You can't hear what they're saying. So you turn off the mower and they say, hey, what are you doing? That's an odd question to ask. Just say nothing. No, I'm not doing anything. What? Who else we got in here? We got this is the happy hour issue. There's like 5 of you talking a lot, which is good. Which means I got to really start scrolling. The Pismos are here. At least one Pismo is here. Has the second Pismo hit the chat yet? I haven't seen them yet. If Dr. Cush can make it out to Elk Grove on October 17th, of course, are you throwing a party? Where the hell is Elk Grove? I'll be there. Working on a cocktail menu for an upcoming Halloween party. Would we say October 17th is upcoming? I guess it is upcoming. I guess it is technically upcoming. Curse of Skull Island, the 8th Wonder of the World, suggestions. Oh, people like Skull Island. All right. Well, there we go. Skull Island it is. If you haven't put in your poll for that, please put in a poll. Would you like it to be Curse of Skull Island, the 8th Wonder of the World, or suggest something else? We got to know. By the end of today, we have to know which one is it. The Skull Island seems to be taken away. Papa Mau Mau and Amy. Oh, dang. You won't be here Friday, Saturday. Our next show will be on Friday. Return June 17th. My goodness. Where are you guys going? Skull Island, I assume. Moose is here. Moose, winner of the 2026 Cush Tucky Derby. There we go. Good to see you. Good to see you. Saw Ringo Starr last year. Or saw Ringo last year. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. K-Dog is here. Good to see you there, K-Dog. What a pleasure to have K-Dog in the house. In the hizzy, as the kids say, I think. Or the kids used to say that. I don't know. Dougie G, drum roll, please. Yeah. Perfect for the groovy theme. Yes, we're doing acid at our Tiki Oasis. I'm so into this topic. Good. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for people to be way into the topic. Shut the front door, maze balls. Love it. All right, good. Well, at least people are excited about it. I know it's a Sunday class, or Sunday seminar, but we're gonna be spectacular. It's gonna be good. Forlorn Hope is here. Good to see you there, Forlorn. Suzette is here. Good to see you, Suzette. Suzette started watching over on Instagram. Now found her way to YouTube. That's the way to be. Saw. Chuck just yelled Saw. Cool. Love it. Okay. We're visiting Sun in Paris and then hopping on a river cruise. Whoa. All right. There is a tiki bar out there. I think you guys have already mentioned it. Dirty Dick's. Dirty Dick's is out there. It's a good little tiki bar out in Paris. I also highly recommend going to Cafe du Magot. I know that it means cafe of two maggots, but I've been there multiple times. I've never once seen a maggot. It's where Hemingway wrote a lot of stuff. So I always start on Instagram and work my way to YouTube. Thank you, Suzette. We love it. The Instagram doesn't care whether people are there. The YouTube doesn't care really either. To be honest, this is kind of existential to begin with. Okay, that's what we have. That is the pre-show. Let's pop over to the show where we are going to be talking about the last word variations, and why the heck the last word works. Cool? Cool. I think it's cool. Introduction.
Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink.
Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush, and today we are going to try and solve a mystery by doing nothing but theorizing. Why, oh why does every single bartender on earth have a last word riff Everybody found this cocktail from 1915, may I say. It's not a new cocktail. 1915, the Detroit Athletic Club, they were out there, they were mixing stuff. Oh, hey, we got this last one. It's the last word. Call the last word. I don't know. Drink it, idiot. Found its way from Detroit all the way to New York to the Waldorf Astoria, which is Waldorf Astoria, which is a famous place for new cocktails of the, let's say, 1915s, 1920s, to be sort of showcased, which is great. It made its way. This drink made it. It's odd. It doesn't look like it would work. It made it. Oh, finally, it worked so hard to get to where it's going. And then what happened? Prohibition. Done. Cocktails done. Over. No more. And that's how it was. Just sort of sat around in books for a while. Everybody looked at this the way that we go through. If you're going through any of these old books, let's pull one out. Jerry Thomas, the bartender guide, right? Going through Jerry Thomas bartender guide. You pull up a thing, you say, oh, fancy gin cocktail. No, that's not a good one. Fancy brandy, we're really hearing. Oh, the Jersey cocktail. Let me tell you what the Jersey cocktail has in it. 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 dashes of bitters, fill tumbler with cider, and mix well with lemon peel on top. Doesn't seem like there's any artistry in that. Sugar and cider and bitters? No. Walk on out of here, pal. However, there are some gems in books like this. A bartender up in Seattle found in a book called Bottoms Up, he found the recipe for this and he said, oh, this doesn't sound right. Let's make it. He made it and it worked. What? We're talking chartreuse. Chartreuse is a big, big flavor, right? Overproofed. 50,000% alcohol. I don't know, 55? 55% alcohol. Just throwing it in there. But not only that, we're putting in 3/4 of an ounce of maraschino liqueur. That stuff goes in drops. Very rarely would you ever put more than 1/4 ounce of maraschino liqueur into any cocktail. This one calls for 3/4 of an ounce. It's too much. It's too much. Found it. Gin? Okay, we're okay with gin. Lime juice? Lime juice? No way this is gonna work. Well, it does. It works so well in equal parts that it has spawned 1 billion drinks. This is a can I just, you guys mind if I read something to you on this watching show? I'm just gonna read you. This is not a conclusive list of all of the different last word riffs. Ready? Here we go. Let's start from the top. How do I get to the top? Oh, right there. Okay. The closing argument, the crop top, the division bell, the Dublin minstrel, the Dutch word, the final word, the first word, the last palabra, the latest word, loose talk, Monte Cassino. We got the naked and famous. What a cocktail the naked and famous is. Neptune's wrath, next to the last word. The other word, listen to this, the paper plane, a Sammy Ross original. The bird is the word number 1, which would mean that there's a bird is the word number 2. It's on there. The última palabra, that's got mezcal in it, my goodness. We got the wordsmith in here. We have Pete's word. We have the dirty word. We have the third word. We have the third ward. I don't know how that got in there. The right word, the industry sour, the bad word, that's my word. The penultimate word. Half-hour flight, the latest word, the Shattuck, the eulogy. I would postulate that you can throw things like the corpse reviver onto there. I think you can put on things like the aviation on there. There are some big, big, big cocktails that fall into this. What are they? I'm exhausted. They are daisies, all right? They are a subcategory of daisy, but what it differentiates these daisies from things like the margarita, the cosmopolitan, the sidecar, is that they rely heavily, not just as a sweetener, but they rely heavily on the liqueur to help them out. So how do we make them work? You have to be bold, my friends. This is not an inching into this cocktail. This is subtraction by addition. If you put 3/4 of an ounce of maraschino liqueur into almost anything, other than the Hemingway daiquiri, which, you know, is a perfect cocktail. You put 3/4 of an ounce of maraschino liqueur into any other cocktail, and you're going to ruin it. You're going to throw it out, or you're going to have to start building on top of it to make that stuff disappear. For these cocktails, the last word and all of its variants, you don't do that. You got to add something to take it away, to take away the rest of it. So you need to find opposing liqueurs. Things like the very herbally, the pine tree-ness of the chartreuse with the sweet and bitter of the maraschino liqueur. It is a very fertile running ground. It is a dreamscape for bartenders that are looking to create a brand new big flavor. It's great. It's difficult because it doesn't always work, but when it does, it's great. Now, another thing we love about this is that most of these drinks are all in equal parts, and that is a great way to make a cocktail because very difficult to screw it up. Let me just say hello real quick. We haven't seen him for a while, so I want to just stop. What's up, Street? This is Street. Anybody's watching the show for a long time, Street knows his stuff. He's a street person, a gangster. Exactly. I've been watching a lot of Love on the Spectrum. Great. Exactly, per se. Okay. So that is what is going on here. It can go horribly wrong if you aren't being bold. If you're going out there and saying like, oh, I'm just gonna add some, I don't know, what's a wimpy little thing that we can throw in there? I'm gonna add some creme de cacao. Oh, it's not that wimpy. What's wimpy? Come on. Oh, here we go. I love this stuff. It's a bit wimpy though. This is Liquor 43. Spectacular. You're not going to see a lot of Liquor 43 versions of the last word because it needs to get into this cocktail and fight. We got to fight. The reason that the última palabra, which is all in Spanish, just means last word, is made with mezcal, and the last palabra, which is not all in Spanish, is made with tequila. It's because tequila is a little wimpier than our mezcal. So we need big flavors. This subcategory is not for the weak of heart, right? You're going to need to, first of all, some of this stuff is expensive, so you don't want to mess it up. So when you start creating cocktails in this subcategory of the daisy, you got to kind of know what you're doing. So let me show you exactly how it works, and then we'll talk about other stuff. I don't know what else to talk about. I didn't really have, I had the whole thing where I read. That's what I planned before the show. We'll do the rest of it later. Let's start over here. We are going to shake this one. Why do I think that there was cucumber in there? Well, that's why I show you that they're empty before they get there. We're gonna put this right back here. Forget about it until next time. Kyle, will you please remind me that there is mint in this? I think it didn't get washed all the way. I think that was my fault. In fact, positive it was my fault. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna show you again. Boom, boom, empty. All right, it's very, very simple. There was cucumber in there. There was cucumber in there. Oh, because there was a cucumber in there. That was from a while ago. That's not great. It's not great. We could get shut down. Okay, let's get into this cocktail. It is very simple to make one of these. Because we're using big, bold flavors, we aren't worried about one flavor taking over. We're worried about the other flavors. Well, I guess, yeah, we're worried about one flavor taking over. What we're hoping for, the way to get this done, is to build it like it is a tent pole. Right? If you have one little tent pole leaning up against the other tent pole is going to fall right over. We need all 4 tent poles to be standing up. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to start down here with a big, strong gin. Normally, we try to start with cheapest ingredients first. Other than the lime juice, everything in here is expensive. So don't worry too much about it. We're going to start over here with our gin. This is Alto Gin by a little company called Rangoni. And that is all we will say. It is it's a very piney gin. We want something big. Yes, you can make this with a London dry gin, kind of a wimpy gin. You know, as far as gin goes, a little wimpy. So I highly recommend, if you want to make these right, that you do a big gin. Okay, we're gonna be putting in 3/4 of an ounce of some gin. Glug, 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 glug. Perfect. All right, now we reach. I'm gonna reach up here. This is Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. Luxardo Maraschino liqueur has been with us for a very, very long time. It is made of Marasca cherries. It was brought over to Italy, where the Italians Italified it, right? They made it super Italian. It is sweet. It is bitter. As you think about red vermouth, it's got a lot of red vermouth in there, but more bitter, more boozy than all that stuff. It's coming in at 32% alcohol, 64 proof. This stuff is a beast. It has been around with us for so long that it actually spawned its very own category of cocktails. If you put a little bit of Luxardo Maraschino liqueur into your cocktail, you have improved that cocktail. This is an improved drink. We're improving it. That's how much reverence people had for this particular beef fiasco. This is a fiasco. If anybody's wondering what this is called, it's called a fiasco. Beef fiascoed liquor. Normally, 1/4 ounce. That's all you're looking for. In this one, we're going equal parts because we need our tent poles. We're gonna go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce of some maraschino liqueur. I'm gonna pour it so you guys can see it. It is a cherry liqueur, but it is very, very clear. See, you can see my hand right through it. Whoa. Whew. She said, bottles of booze. I love the yes. I sent Cush a bag of tiny bottles of booze. Thank you. I love those tiny bottles of booze. We haven't gotten into them yet, but we will. Because, of course, it's the summer of acid. Okay, let's get into the next ingredient. We're going to be throwing in not lemon juice. No. Reach down here for some lime juice. Lime juice is a bigger flavor. It's a bigger flavor than lemon juice. Lemon juice, we're talking, citric acid and citric acid only. When we start getting into lime juice, we talk about malic acid. We're talking about tartaric acid. We're talking about a bigger flavor. Lime juice works with a lot of these. Let's give this a little shakeroo. It works with a lot of these 4-part, equal part cocktails. These subcategory of daisies works very well because lime juice is bigger. We need 3/4 of an ounce of some lime juice. Glug, 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 glug. Right there. Now, obviously, I've been saying 3/4 of an ounce this whole time, but it's all equal parts. So if you want to make 100 of these, do 750 to 75 ounces of each of them. That's the way to do it. Okay. Now, I don't have my white gloves, but I probably should. As this stuff has gotten more and more expensive as the day goes on. This is the greens bottle. Thank you to Doug and Melanie for sponsoring the bottle of green chartreuse. This stuff is excellent. It's very interesting. It is made by monks, which a lot of the best liquors are for some reason. Direct line to God. God will tell him, hey, I think you need a little bit more pine juice in there, kid. I don't know how God relates to this. Anyway, this is a big flavor. With just this going in here, this would not be a great drink. It would taste very medicinal. We'd be getting that maraschino liqueur would take over a lot of the flavor. The gin really wouldn't be doing almost anything in this. Instead, we are now going to be sweetening this up. We're going to be daisy-fying this, word I just made up, with green chartreuse, 3/4 of an ounce. Cha-ching! Like $300 I just put in there, I think. Very, very expensive cocktail. Please do not spill this one. All right. That's it, guys. That's a last word. It's all equal parts. It is coming from two. The main flavor that we are looking for in here is going to be a mixture of Luxardo maraschino liqueur and green chartreuse. That doesn't mean that these are the only things you can do this with. We talk about the division bell, right? Where we're putting in Aperol and we're putting in something else. Dang. Before I said it, I knew it. It'll hit me. Anyway, we talk about things. I'm not going to keep messing them up. What we need is something big. It needs to be a big time flavor. Stun locked. Dang, now we're going to keep moving. Okay, we're going to throw this in here. We're going to give this a shake because anybody put it in there? Division Bell is good. A Pink Floyd album. Is a good Pink Floyd album. What's the other ingredient? We got mezcal, lemon juice, and yellow chartreuse. I knew what I was doing. It's yellow chartreuse. It is Aperol. So yellow chartreuse gonna do kind of the same thing, right? We're gonna get that bitterness coming from the Aperol. And we're going to get that herbaliness coming from the yellow chartreuse. That is how a division bell works, plus mezcal, plus lemon juice. You're seeing a pattern, right? We're getting a sweet liqueur that has some bitterness to it, Aperol, maraschino liqueur, and we're getting an herbally liqueur that also has some sweetness to it, green chartreuse, yellow chartreuse. I wish I would have picked a better one. Give this a shake. Nice, easy. You can stir this one if you want. So a nice, easy, just sort of fling it around a little bit. There we go. Boosh. Throw this here, and we want to stir this up. Throw this up. Don't throw it up, but put it up in the world. Here we go. We're gonna get a really interesting sort of green color there. It almost looks like it is glowing. Question, what if you use the Vegetal a la Grande Chartreuse? How much of that would I use? That's a great question. Now here's the problem with that, Shawnee P. The Vegetal that we have back here, this guy right here, which is much easier to find. Let me take your little comment down there. Which is much easier to find. Come on. Nope. There we go. Much easier to find. And certainly cheaper. Much more concentrated. Comes in a little bottle like this. This is chartreuse, but on steroids. This is like the real deal chartreuse. This is like concentrate chartreuse. The problem with it, Shawnee, is that you are going to be missing out on some sweetness. You're missing out on some sweetness, and you don't want to miss out on sweetness in this cocktail since we're going big on the liqueurs. So my suggestion would be to make a simple syrup and then add some of the Vegetal in there until you get that flavor, but also the sweetness. Cool? That's what you're looking for. We're looking for offsetting liqueurs. So if the only way that you can do this is with Vegetal, which I totally understand, because my goodness, I have like 5 or 6 people around LA that will call me when they get their chartreuse in stock. It's just a habit. As soon as chartreuse comes in, they automatically give me a call, let me know that it's there so that if I need some, I can run over and get some. But what was I saying? Oh, because it's easy to get stuff. But you can't really substitute it, certainly not one for one, because you're missing out on the sugar. You want that sugar in there, so the easy way to do it, simple syrup and Grand Vegetal. We're going to put in a cherry here without using our hands. Blink. Bloop. There we go. We're putting the cherry in there because, of course, we're looking for matching flavors. We have the cherry of the Luxardo maraschino liqueur, and because that is such a big flavor, it's going to be sitting with us. So at the end of this cocktail, you'll eat that cherry and you'll be very good. Couldn't find green chartreuse, only Luxardo de Santo. It's only 40 proof though. So, Hearn, that's a good point. It's tough to find chartreuse all the time, which means when you make it with the Del Santo, this probably will not be an equal parts cocktail. Otherwise, what you have to do is also get some of the Grand Chartreuse, put a drop or two into this cocktail at the end to bring out all of that chartreusiness. Now, Del Santo is a fabulous product. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. But it doesn't have as much, it's just a tiny bit wimpier than what we're looking for with the green chartreuse. So, let's go ahead and put this here. I think this one deserves a little spin around. See if the spinning works even. Come on, spin. Don't embarrass me. There's a spin and a light. Whoa! Ooh. It's in all the colors. Let's find a good color. Oh, that's too fast. There we go. That's the color we're looking for. Look at that. It glows, baby. That's the way to go. Man, looking real good. Oh, cool. Chris and Prentice are here. What's happening, Oak and Agave? Love those guys. If you guys aren't watching Oak and Agave, silly. It's a silly thing not to do. This is it. Okay, so what do we know then? What do we know? We're going to take this information out into the world. We are dangerous with our information now. Now we know that in order to make a certain type of big, fat daisy, got to have a better name than that. I don't have another name for it. All I know it as an equal parts daisy. If you're going to be making one of these equal parts daisies, you have to be big about it. You got to be big about it. Orange liqueur does not work in this. Orange liqueur is nice. You can drink orange liqueur by itself. What you want to find is something you can't drink by itself, and it's kind of like beta fish, right? You got to let them fight it out. Right? You put a little wall in between them, and then my grandfather had beta fish when I was a kid, so I know a little bit about beta fish. You put a little wall in between them, and then they fight, and if they start kissing instead, this is how I knew. This is how he explained it to me. If they start kissing instead of fighting, then they're mateable. Think about all of the... Why do I know anything about this? In order to make these drinks work, you have to find something that you normally wouldn't drink on its own. You have to find something that you normally would not drink on its own. So you have to, because those flavors are going to start canceling each other out. Cool. That's what I got. Let's drink it. Otherwise it gets warm. Oh. Woo. Like orange, Yair. I don't know orange Yair. Let me see, do I have any back here? I do have Munion's Pawpaw, but no orange Yair. Yeah, you're looking for, let me tell you another way you can go down it. This is not a way I would go. Not a way I would go, but shoddy people go this way. Campari. Campari is a great thing to do. So think about what Campari brings to the table, right? Campari is a very sweet liqueur at its base, but then has a lot of bitter roots, bitter herbs added to it to get you that big rhubarby red look. That's great. That's great. How do you counteract that? What are the opposite flavors of that? We're looking for things like pine cones. That's what we're looking for. It is the sweet bitter and the pine coniness that will go together. And yes, there we go. Shawnee P, loving that. Loving that. I probably should have thought about other things to use. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. My favorite. My favorite. And they make this. There's a cocktail called the Industry Sour. I mentioned it here. The Industry Sour is Fernet heavy. Fernet does have that sweetness, which is interesting. It has that bitterness. Ooh. It's an Italian liqueur. Ooh. Can we use that instead of Campari? No. Because there's lots of root, there's lots of bark in this one. Put that over to the other side, switch out the green chartreuse for some Fernet, any kind of Fernet. It doesn't have to be Branca. I like the Branca stuff, but What else we got back here that we can just start to talk about? Oh, the witch. Strega. That is great. What does Strega replace? Strega is going to be on our piney side. Did you see the line I'm drawing? We're doing a line of sweet and bitter, and we're drawing a line of piney earthy. Sweet and bitter, piney earthy. Sweet and bitter, piney earthy. That is bark. Arf, arf. Oh, Paul Bellamaro's here. Good to see you. I was just going to ask about Fernet. Everybody's always asking about Fernet. That's all they ever ask me about. Wow. Okay, 1 second. Chuck's got a name. A different name for an equal parts cocktail. The proportional. Oh my gosh. Leucanthemum. Leucanthemum. The proportional leucanthemum. I like it. I've already forgotten how to say it though. Campari owns Wild Turkey. Campari owns everything. You're not gonna find a lot of things that there's like, yeah, yes. Other than that, it's Moet. It's Campari and it's Moet, and they own everything. Yes. Italicus. That's a great question. What does Italicus have in it? Italicus is citrusy. Ooh, it's sweet. That's on this side. That's going to be in your Campari situation. And Italicus is you know, it's big, bold flavors. The problem with Italicus for this cocktail is that they might not be big and bold enough. So then you're going to want to find another, like a pinier situation that's a little less. How about, I don't know, Lillet? Did I say it? I said it. I said it. I did say Lillet. Lillet, it is a Lillet is a vermouth sort of situation, but it has quinine in it. Quinine is a bark. So in the end, my theory on why these work is because you are using a liqueur to come together using what two liqueurs don't have. You know, some of them are sweet and bitter liqueurs. We call those Amari. I do, at least. And then you have the Genepi version. I've been yelled at on the internet a number of times that chartreuse is not a Genepi. Fine. Okay, fine. But it is like a Genepi. That's what we're looking for. This cocktail should not work. It shouldn't work. It's way, way too much liqueur for any one person. But if instead you think about this as one liqueur being formed from two liqueurs, then having a backbone of what else you're putting in there. An overproofed whiskey, something in the Wild Turkey category would be a great way, or you know, the maker's cask strength. You know, any of those big whiskeys, because they can't just lie down; they got to stand up. That's the supporting character of this. But what you're really doing for these cocktails is you're creating your own liqueur using two opposing flavors to come together. Really get it going. Cynar. Cynar is another great example. Now, Cynar is even stronger than, say, a Fernet. It's made of artichokes, but in its base form, it is sweet. It is a sweet and bitter substance. So you would need to find something even crazier. I think I have something. 1 second. I think I have it. I don't think I've ever brought this bottle out ever. Nope, not that one. 1 second. It's down here. I think. No, it's not. Never mind. I have a pine liqueur. It is just straight pine. How do they do it? I don't know. This is cocktail pervert. But yeah, so the more, yes, down to the basement. What we're looking for in these cases is two opposing liqueurs to come together to form a new liqueur. Don't worry about what your base spirit is until you've tasted this new liqueur. Then add your base spirit, then find a way to sour it with what? Acid. Baron Jager. Paul pulling out. Paul, I've been to Paul's house. Paul's house is a liquor store. I mean, he doesn't sell it, but it has the range of a liquor store. I have a feeling that Paul is just walking around his house and pointing at bottles now. Baron Yager would be difficult to use in this. Baron Yager is, of course, a honey liqueur. You're not going to have a lot of the bitterness in there. So if you are going to go up against another pine thing, I would recommend something like a Lillet, or even another vermouth with a little wormwood in it. That's what we're doing. So just find the level at which one of your flavors is, match it to the other level, let the liquor do its little dance in there, and then a little bit of citrus. You'll find yourself in a brand new, interesting category. But make sure that you know. I knew it. I knew it. I'm picturing exactly what Paul's doing. He's walking around that chair in between the kitchen. There's the little table with all the booze on it, and he's pointing at things. I got it. I know what's happening, Paul. Not my first rodeo. So if you are interested in making a cocktail like this and possibly creating a brand new flavor that that nobody's tasted, that's why these take off so well. When Sammy Ross is throwing in his Nonino, and he's matching it up against that with the whiskey and the Aperol and the whole 9 yards of what he's doing with that paper plane. He knew those things backwards and forwards, was able to put them together, make an Aperol and Nonino sort of sing. He said it needed a little bit more of the wood, so we're going to throw in some whiskey to there, throw in a little bit of lemon. We got our paper plane. That is how we're creating these cocktails. It is a deep understanding of how the liqueurs go and creating your brand new own liqueur. That's the only way these work, and I'll be very honest with you. If I had never tasted these cocktails, but I knew a lot about cocktails, don't know how this is. The scenario doesn't matter. But just imagine, I'm a baby boy, just a youngling, born into a world where I know everything about liquor, but I've never tasted these things. I would look at these cocktails and say there's no way that they work. However, they do, because of a deep understanding of how liquors come together and offset each other. That's my theory. That's what we got. I would love it if you guys go out and try and find 2 liqueurs that you have sitting around your house that you have no idea what to do with. You're a little lost on these 2 liqueurs. Add them together. See if in equal parts they give you something interesting. It doesn't have to be perfect at that point, because you can then balance it with either some gin, some mezcal, some whiskey, rum. We like rum. Throw some Becharova. No. I have some Browski. Yes. Paul found his Becharova. Yes. You can do it with anything, Paul. And I'm very excited to see what you guys post over on YouTube or Facebook at our Dr. Cush's Exotic After Hours. Post up your equal parts, 2 different liqueur cocktails. See what you guys are making. And hopefully, within this community, we will absolutely create a brand new one of these. Or not, whatever. You said bark and Lulu growled. Lulu is, of course, not this person. Lulu is a dog. We're playing Stump the Doctor. That's what I got. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm so sorry we won't be here until Friday, but we will be back here on Friday. We'll be back here Friday and Saturday this week for more of this as we begin the summer of acid. If the science part of the bartending is something that you are interested in, even if it's not something that you're doing now, but you're thinking maybe I could get a little bit more lab coaty with this, you're going to really enjoy this summer. We're going to be getting into exact measurements. We're going to be getting into, we're going to be dealing with a lot of milligrams. You guys heard of them? I have a brand new pH tester. We're going to be testing out all of our cocktails. We're not just going to be trusting what I'm saying. We're going to be testing what all of the rest of the stuff is. Yes, it's, love this kind of homework. Good. We're going to be testing out what pHs work in which drinks. We're going to be relying very heavily on one of my bartending heroes, Dave Arnold. And we're going to be building a lot of brand new ways to make your cocktails balanced, but also very bright. So the summer of acid will be bright. Thank you so much for everybody for showing up. Very excited for the acid classes. Yes, we have a lot of acid coming ahead of us. So thank you guys so much for tuning into Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Oh gosh, I can't end this until, there we go, until we take it to our favorite place, which is, of course, I gotta get the timing down. Till we head out to the disco. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm Dr. Cush, and we will see you guys back here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try this, because I'm not really doing anything right now. I'm trying to run the ad now. So get ready for an ad. It's coming. Gotta figure out how to do it. Okay, we're gonna run the ad now. So here comes the ad. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Listen, I don't want to brag or anything, but, you know, I've been around the world. If you guys need any questions about acid, trust me, Smoking Joe, I'm the guy to come to. I didn't get this mustache by, keeping my mind straight. I'm deep into it. I'll tell you a story. One time I was at a place called Studio 54. You ever heard of it, Studio 54? I was there. I was hanging out with Diana Ross. Me and Diana just hanging out. There was a seagull also there. Some of the crew from my ship. And I ordered a daiquiri. And that thing came out so very sour. I said, listen, I know about acid. Don't you try and fool me. I know all about this place. So I returned it and I got another one. That's my acid story. Anyway, thanks so much for showing up here to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. You know, as a big acid fan myself, really excited about the summer of acid. And hopefully we all survive it. Hopefully we all get out of there with our minds intact and, you know, out of jail. Anyway, that's what I got. Oh my God, was that Dr. Jinga Jenga? Hey, Dr. Jinga Jenga. Don't go too far, Dr. Jinga Jenga. Stick around. All right, that's what I got. Thanks so much. And we always say, we're always like, bye-bye, goodbye, everybody, bye-bye, bye-bye. See you later. Summer